kind, and you felt that deep, oh, I wish I could help them find their voice moment? Yeah, us too. And today we're diving into something every parent eventually faces. How do we help our kids stand up for themselves respectfully without turning them into tiny warriors ready for battle?
Absolutely. That's a challenge that every parent goes to, right? You want to help your parents, right? Um, or you want to help your kids. You want them to be able to deal with any situation, but we often fall short. And then how far do we tell our kids to go, right? We don't want bulldozers or pushovers, but these beautiful, balanced little humans who can say, "Hey, I don't like that," without creating a meltdown at the playground.
Yeah, that's right, RJ. If that sounds like a dream, then stick with us because this episode is packed with tools, phrases, and real world examples and a few mistakes away so you don't have to repeat them.
Hmm.
All right. So today's episode was inspired by a big question I see in my parent support circle. How can I help my child stand up for themselves respectively?
And it's such a great question, right? Because most of us are either taught to be way too quiet, just ignore it, and it'll go away, or to fire back with something spicy, or to get angry and frustrated. So, how do we make it so that that doesn't come back at our kids?
Exactly, RJ. The goal isn't raising a kid who bottles everything up, but it's not one who responds to a playground dispute like they're on a reality TV show, which we've seen some of those crazy people, right, on reality TV shows.
Exactly, right. We don't want to get on TV because we're crazed and weird, shall we say?
Yep,
But so we're talking about balance, right? We're really going for balance here.
yep, that's right. So let's jump into tip number one: emotional awareness. Before kids can speak up, they need to know what they're feeling.
Absolutely. And honestly, most adults are trying to figure it out too, right? So be gentle with yourself. Don't assume you know it all.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good facts there, RJ. If your child can say, I feel left out, or I feel annoyed, or I feel embarrassed, that's huge. That gives
Mhm.
them a starting. You can help by doing quick check ins like, hey, what was the best part of your day? What was the best part you wish you could change?
Mhm. And another tip also is to read books together, right?
Hmm.
Pause and ask when you're reading books together, how do you think that character felt, right? That builds emotional vocabulary like magic, which is what we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, it's good time to read with your kids. A little personal time with them is always good, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
let's
sorry.
get into I
Uh,
statements.
yeah, so the classic but underrated I statement, it sounds fancy, but it's basically I feel blank when you blank because blank. Just getting them to state their feelings out loud in a way that gets the message across without feeling they're attacking somebody.
Yeah, that's right. It keeps things respectful, no blaming, no attacking, just clear communication. So, an example of that would be I feel upset when you interrupt me because I want to finish what I am saying.
Hmm. And for younger kids, I don't like that. Please stop. Short, clear, respectful.
Yep, yeah, little kids do that sometimes, right? And how they feel. It's good. Okay, so things are going to get fun. Role playing, kids can learn best to practice by practicing. Set up little scenarios. So, someone took your toy. What would you do? Type thing. Someone made a joke
Mhm.
you didn't like. How are you going to respond or how do you feel, right? Someone told you what to do and you didn't want to do it. So there's some sample role playing ideas, right?
Mhm. And so I'm going to get to this. So if they don't like how it came out, they can redo it, right? It becomes a playful way to practice life situations. But let's look, even as adults, we do this, right?
Mhm.
Especially that one about somebody making a joke you didn't like.
Yep.
Especially today in our PC world where we're supposed to, be respectful of people's feelings and their beliefs. We often let these jokes go, right? We ignore it, hoping it'll go away. But when you're ignoring it, you're making the situation worse. So if we can teach our little ones how to stand up for things they don't believe in, we're taking action towards creating better adults down the road.
Yep. That's pretty good idea there, RJ. I like it. Also, stuffed animals. I'm telling you, stuffed animals make everything less intense. So use your stuffed animals to talk as well. So Makes it a little more
Hmm.
fun for the kids, right? I'm not sure adults would do that,
Hmm.
but
Yep, absolutely. I actually pictured that while you were laying that one
yeah,
out. Here's where the magic happens. Give your child the actual words, right? Because sometimes kids freeze simply because they don't know what to say.
that's right. So you can try teaching them some phrases like, "I don't like be calling that because please use my name." So like sometimes we get tease each other. And sometimes you gotta tell them, "Hey, use my name. Be more assertive."
Yeah.
That hurt my feelings, right? Hurt my feelings. Please don't do that. It's all part of standing up. And then by teaching the kids these certain phrases, it can help them to be more uh, positive and more self confident in themselves, right? Also, hey, it's like,
Mhm.
I don't agree with that. That's a good statement as well. And then say, stop, I want space. So sometimes you just
Yeah, a
got to
lot of
let
times our
kids know.
kids, yeah, sometimes even us, we crowd our space, we crowd our kids, right? We want to be those caring parents, but sometimes we're overbearing in that. So teaching a kid that, look, just leave me alone for a few minutes, right? Just
Mhm.
leave me alone for a bit. Because look, even as kids, they need time to think.
Yep,
So,
that's right.
and parents practice them casually during waiting in the car, practice, waiting outside the school ground, practice, repetition, build confidence.
Absolutely, RJ. So now here's something we forget. Kids don't learn assertiveness only during conflict. They learn about it by feeling capable.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's why we have curriculars, right? Clubs, sports, arts classes, anything that helps them try, fail, succeed, communicate. These are all things that build inner confidence. Confidence is not knowing that you know how things are going to turn out and you're able to deal with it. It's knowing that you've dealt with things and are confident with dealing whatever may come up.
Yeah, for sure, RJ. I know I was in martial arts when I was a kid. It really helped me out tons. What about yourself? Did you play sports as a kid?
I guess, no. I played lots of sports go as a kid. And you know what?
Yep,
I actually had a community, like a neighborhood community where kids can go, like a youth center,
yep,
and that kept me active, kept me off the streets, kept me learning about myself and learning how to work well with others.
yep. So it does help, right? So hopefully other parents can
Yeah.
understand that and get their kids into doing some sports or some other kind of extracurricular stuff.
Hmm.
Fantastic, right?
Hmm.
So they need to feel more competent. They feel the easier it is for them to advocate for themselves, right, RJ?
Absolutely. That's a big one. Sometimes your child can handle it, and sometimes nope, they need backup, right?
Yep, that's for sure. Kids shouldn't be expected to handle bullying or unsafe situations alone. Teach them that asking for help is strong, not weak, because we all need help sometimes, and just by asking, you can always get it, right?
Especially our young boys, right? We teach our boys that, you need to be tough and handle it by yourself. But,
Yep,
asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It really
absolutely.
is strength, right? And
Hmm.
remind them, if it feels too big, I will always help you, right? Safety
Yep,
first, always.
for sure, RJ. That's very good advice. So now, if you're listening to this and thinking, man, I could use some support like this, then you need to be inside our community.
Yeah. So, and you get weekly. So the parent support circle is the place where parents come to connect, grow, and share real life challenges and wins.
Yep, that's right. We get weekly resources, conversation starters for your kids, support workshops, all of it. So we're just starting this up. So
So
the
if you
more
want
people
to
that join,
join
the
it,
more stuff we can get, right? Go ahead.
absolutely. Want to join us? And trust me, you want to belong to. If you're a young parent trying to figure it all out, we're a connected community together. Join that community right here, parentsupportcircle.com.
Right on, guys. Thanks today. Thanks for hanging out. We hope this episode gave you confidence to help your child find their inner voice or even their own voice respectfully, kindly, and powerfully. Hit the like button and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified the next time we go live.
I get a smile every time I hear those words. Ring the bell,
Yep.
because that's what it's all about, right? We're trying to dingly noticed, right? So, and look,
Yep.
you're doing a great job. Seriously, even listening to this proves how much you care.
Yep. Right on, Jay. Well, we'll see you all next episode and hopefully see you inside the community too and tell your friends if they need help as well.
Yeah, and take care, parents.